Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today, I wanted to talk about Instant Influencer. Now, the show just finished yesterday, and I've always had one big problem with the show. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I do hope that there is a season 2. This show reminded me very much of America's Next Top Model. I'm pretty sure they were kind of going for that. I mean, James Charles did feel very Tyra Banks in all the episodes, so I'm pretty sure it was inspired from the show, and I really enjoyed it. Now, just because I enjoyed the show, it doesn't mean that it's perfect, so there was one big issue that I saw in the show which I wanted to talk about. Now, my biggest problem with Instant Influencer was the process of elimination. I don't know if anybody else has talked about this. I haven't really seen other videos. To be honest, I haven't really watched many reviews about the show, but I'm gonna talk about it. So I had a problem with the elimination process. Now, I understand it is because they're supposed to be an influencer, and so they did it in a very social media-y way, wherein everybody sees themselves on camera, and then, well, if you're the last one remaining, goodbye. And I mean, I thought that was fine, and yeah, it really fits because the show is looking for the next best influencer. Sure, it fits in the theme, but from a empathetic standpoint, for me, this always was a little bit weird because the thing is, all of these contestants, they all really want the final prize. Of course, part of that is like, oh yay, a lot of money, but aside from that, they all as aspiring influencers would love that complete video package which James Charles uses himself. I think the grand prize is life-changing for anybody. So for me, I think the biggest issue is in that moment when they find out that they're the one. It is that moment of their dreams falling apart. Of course, it doesn't mean that they have no future. Just being on Instant Influencer is a huge exposure, of course. But the rug got ripped out from beneath their feet. So, I don't know. I feel like it would have, I'm not exactly sure what the solution would have been. Maybe to let them compose themselves in another room, you know, momentarily. I think that would have been better before all of a sudden putting them back on camera and to film their goodbye. I think especially this is seen in the first and second elimination, where the person is just trying to compose themselves and they're like, bye guys, thanks for watching Instant Influencer. I think moving forward, the elimination process could be a little more humane in that sense. Now for my thoughts on the finale. If you watched it, we have Benny, Kaylin, and Ashley. And spoiler alert for those who have not seen the finale. So in the end, we find out that it is Ashley who wins, or her YouTube name is Strashme, I believe. Now, here are my unapologetic thoughts on that decision. So I do agree with the judge Mario when he said that Benny has potential for sure, but I do feel like his look, I do agree with the judge that his look is fun, it is interesting, it would make a great Halloween DIY for sure, but I also agree that I don't know if it's exactly a trend that everybody would want to hop on. I think it would be cool. I think it could be a trend, potentially, but I don't know if it has that universal appeal that everybody would want to, be an animal underneath, you know? So I am okay that Benny was not announced as the Instant Influencer. Though, best of luck, Benny, you got this. Now, between Kaylin and Ashley. So, I think that when it came to the challenge of who could create a look that would become a trend, I think the real winner was Kaylin. It was Kaylin because the thing is, with Ashley's look, I think that it was very editorial. I think that it was very bold, and that anybody who looks at it, you know, especially from a fashion perspective, Mario himself was like, that looks nice. And yeah, it was a very unique concept. But the thing is, when I think about their two looks put side by side, I really feel that Kaylin's has more of that universal appeal. Because the thing is, with Ashley's final look, where she has, you know, every brow, cheek, jawline, what is there? I don't know too much about the whole brand she was talking about, for starters, but I just don't understand how that has that universal appeal appeal, like how it could really be done creatively by a lot of people. Like, what would they do? Write in cursive cheek, write in cursive jawline, or what? They change the face color instead of all white to all blue and all purple, and I don't really see how people would have a lot of fun recreating this look. Like when people did the whole x-ray look, like that was something fun to do, and it was a new technique that you could apply to the face. Like you were doing a makeup look backwards in a sense. But for hers, I don't really see the mass appeal of people jumping onto this trend, which is why I think that Kaylin's was definitely the winner of the three when it came to making a trend for other people, because we all have insecurities. We all have thoughts of how people perceive us, and I'm sure we all could come up with a list of different names and descriptions that we can put on one side of our face versus a list of all the things we truly are on the other side of our face. I think that is way more exciting to do, exciting to let out your creativity. And especially, for example, let's say somebody has very negative descriptions on one side. They could make a very smoky-eyed look, very dark, dramatic. And then if what they feel about themselves is the opposite, then it could be a very colorful look, and it could be all the glitters and flowers and whatever you want to do on this side. So there's so many potential looks that could come out of Kaylin's idea. So I think when it came to creating a trend, Kaylin was the winner. For me, Kaylin definitely was. But thinking about it, I think the reason why they decided to make Ashley the winner isn't necessarily because she had the best idea. I mean, maybe for the judges she had the best idea, but I think they decided to focus more on her journey as an instant influencer. Because the thing is, she was consistent from the get-go. Practically every episode, she was nailing it. Even when she thought she wasn't gonna nail it, she still nailed it. And the thing is with her too, I believe she won most of the competitions as well. So I think in the end, even if they may have realized that she didn't exactly have the trendiest idea, that because of her journey, because of how she grew as a person during the competition, I think that's what put the cherry on top, which made her the instant influencer winner. And I do have to say, even though I love Kaylin's idea, if I will also just base it on the journey and not solely on that last episode, then yeah, I would also give it to Ashley. And last but not least, before I cap off this video, I gotta say, if I could have had one person come back and do this trend-setting finale episode, I wish I could have brought back Gabriel Garcia. If you guys remember his first look, I'm just gonna put it on the screen, like all that detail and creativity from the start, I think it would have been so exciting to see what he could have come up with for this finale. And so yeah, those were my thoughts on Instant Influencer Season 1. If you agree with what I had to say, please do leave me a like and let me know your thoughts down below. If you disagree, well, I'm sure you'll let me know. To see more content from me, please do subscribe, for I will be uploading 1 to 2 videos every week during this quarantine. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.